a software engineer actually 10 years back. I used to work in the US where I learned acting from Seattle Acting School. I took with that without any knowledge about Kodambakam. I came here to Chennai to pursue my dream, pursue my passion of becoming an actor. Tried a lot, did small roles, short films and feature films, but I didn't get that right break as an actor. And since that did not happen, I was actually forced to, I would say, read as much as possible about screenwriting and direction. And I watched a lot of films. So what happened was, one day when I was talking to my teacher over Skype, it happened here in this house, he was asking me, what is happening with you as an actor? And I said, my work. So he said, you have this Skype video and you shoot something using a new medium. So spontaneously I got this idea about, what if I say that I'm going to commit suicide now, live in front of you. So that was very shocking. He said it's a very interesting idea and you should develop it. And when I researched, I found this video on YouTube called Amanda Suicide Note, where this girl commits suicide because she was bullied online on Facebook by her boyfriend. That really emotionally affected me so much, and I decided that, that would be my story. You are going to commit suicide and you want me to watch it live? Kadir came in, S.R. Kadir of Subramaniapuram, and he agreed to do my film, and then there was no turning back. A lot of people's passion, energy, hard work and dream came together into making this film. Specifically, I should mention the lead actor of this film, Anand Sami, who has been in theatre for 15 years and rightfully a full-length character with varied emotions. I could actually give him, and he has really done justice to that role, and I would like to introduce him to you all. Anand Sami.
Hi. நான் இந்த ஃபில்ம் எனக்கு வந்து சேலஞ்சிங்கான ஃபில்மாக இருந்தது. ஏன்னா யூஸ்வலாக ஃபில்மில் ஆக்டர் பார்த்து பேசுறது அப்படிலாம் இருந்தது. பட் இதில் வந்து மோஸ்ட் ஆஃப் த ஃபில்ம் வந்து நான் இந்த மாதிரி கேமரா பார்த்து பேசுறதும்.
This is the place where Arvind used to sit and chat with his girlfriend, and how he meets the other character who wants to commit suicide and he's held hostage here. This room was entirely converted by my art director VRK Ramesh. I think he has done a great job. I'd like to introduce Sindhu, my wife, who has been with me right from the time I quit my job in the US and came back here to pursue acting.
Yes, I have been telling him right from the beginning that you are going to become a very good director, and he proved it with lens.
Why are you doing this to me?
This award, which is given every year to debut film directors, I think it is amazing because this takes away the doubt from the artist. It happened to me. It came at the right time when I was at my lowest. I got a call saying that, you have won this award. And I couldn't believe myself for that moment. But after that, I started believing more in myself. Thank you so much, the Gollapudi family.
I am honored to be the chairman of this Gollapudi Srinivas Foundation right from the first film up to this 15 years. Every year I am there. And I usually go to international film festivals, my wife, and we see a lot of world films. But once the Gollapudi Srinivas Foundation film started, and I saw first about 7 or 8 films, then it went to 10 and 15 and 25. Every year we give award to some one person, the jury members. But every year, I honestly tell you, this is a time where I get educated by this first-time director. This is absolutely true. And the brilliant directors they are. Oh God. Evident. Actually, I congratulate not only the winner, but there are so many others who could not get the prize, but who still make a brilliant direction. And we have been learning so much. I'm excited about it. And I will continue to be the chairman for a long, long time to come. Another long time, I'm 85, still a long way to go. 100 years, I'm here. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even know where to begin when there are such illustrious people sitting here in the audience, and sometimes I wonder why I am the one who is doing the talking. But let me go ahead. My name is Bamani Rani, for those who missed it, and I'm an actor. My school friends are a little jealous of me, not because I'm an actor, but because I get to act with the most beautiful women in the country. But there's a catch. I only play their father. But let me tell you something. No, I'll get there. Don't jump the gun. Let me tell you something. The heroes are up to no good these days. They just spread their arms and they do nothing at all. You know who I'm talking about. And most of the time they're breaking the heroines' hearts. So who do they come running to? Daddy gets the tightest hug, okay? Well, I did have an opportunity a little later on, in life to play a romantic hero, believe it or not. Don't laugh, it's okay. But as luck would have it, they gave me Farah Khan. But I'm a lucky guy. I really am, and I'm really, really honored to be in your midst, ladies and gentlemen. It is a truly humbling experience. I think an actor has 3 stages in his life. And that applies to anything, whether it's a director or whether it's a lawyer or whether it's a doctor, but there are 3 stages in your life that you could kind of generally and broadly break it down into. The first is the struggle. You want to be someone. You want to be recognized. You want to have that affirmation. Self-worth is what you fight for all your life. And I'm so glad there's some youngsters in the audience who might identify with what I'm saying. The second stage is the establishment. With the establishment. And you do your best work at that point of time because you want to be recognized and you want to keep that momentum going with that first break that you have. And the third stage is corruption. And I'm not making it sound negative. I'll tell you why. Because corruption has many, many different meanings and very many different hues. Corruption could be just that, sometimes you don't take up the best work because the money wasn't good enough. But when you were struggling, any money was good enough. So, let me continue. I'll have to tell you a little bit of my little story. I'm not an eye specialist. I don't talk about eye all the time. But I have to tell you a little story to understand how I got here. I was born in the year 1959, and in the same year, 6 months before I was born, my father passed away. I was born posthumously and came late into this world, and as an actor, I make it a point to be on time. Back home in Mumbai, you know what I'm talking about. I was born with a speech defect, so much so that as a child, I never spoke because every time I opened my mouth, people used to laugh. People found it funny. People may have even found it cute. But thanks to that, I never opened my mouth out of fear that I am looked upon as damaged goods. And there are people who are around you, especially the neighbor's mother, who will make you feel like that. And I want to tell all you youngsters that never be dissuaded by the neighbor's mother. Never. Till the 8th standard, I didn't speak, so much so that when I went to St. Mary's School to get admission, the principal said that Mrs. Irani, he told my mother, who was a young widow at that point, she was 29 years old, and he said, Mrs. Irani, don't worry, give your son the admission, but as formality demands, I'll have to ask him a couple of questions. So he showed me a photograph of a horse. And because I used to lisp along with the speech defect, I didn't want to say horse, just as you're laughing. So I said, I'll keep quiet. And I didn't answer any of those questions because all the animals that he showed me in those photographs ended up having an S in it. I didn't get admission. 10 days later, he calls up my mother and he says, Mrs. Irani, what kind of idiots are we? What kind of educationists are we? That a child doesn't know what a horse is? Of course he knows what a horse is. We are stupid that we don't realize that there's something that's bothering this child. And he gave me admission 10 days later, and that act of kindness is one of the reasons and the stepping stone as to why I'm here. I passed out, I had many more complications, which was dyslexia, dyscalculia, and dysgraphia. In the 60s, the technical term for these technical terms was, can anybody answer? Duffer, yeah. And thanks to Amir Khan and his Gollapudi award-winning film Tare Zameen Par, we know what dyslexia and dyscalculia is, believe it or not. But there was a time when all of us and all our children and parents, we have children, and all children are not the same. They will grow up and make you proud someday. But never make them feel that they are duffers. And I grew up and I passed St. Mary's School with a high third class. No harm. High third class, confidence. And I decided, while I was growing, the only thing that ever gave me solace, and the only thing that my mother ever encouraged me to do, was to watch movies. Every single day of my life, my mother would send me to watch a movie. Believe it or not, here is a widow who should be encouraging her child to study, but she realized this kid has something else. He might be special in another way. And she used to tell me, go and watch a movie. Because there was a cinema theater right across my road. It was called the Alexander Cinema, my own Cinema Paradiso. And she used to say, go and watch a movie. And I said, but I saw the movie last night. So she would say, what movie did you see? I said, Piazza. She said, go and watch it again, no harm. No harm. Go watch, it's a great movie. You learn something every day. Tomorrow go and watch it for the lyrics. The day after, go and watch it for the cinematography. The day after that, go and watch it for the acting. Over and over again, watch classic movies, son. My mother, the widow, said, go and watch classic movies. That's your education. There was a creative monkey sitting inside of me, waiting to jump out. And it still is. All the time, this creative monkey sitting inside my tummy wants to jump out and do something. But I had to become a waiter, because my marks would not allow me to be a lawyer or a doctor or anything else. And my mother met with an accident. I had to run a family shop. We had a little store selling chips, wafers, farsan, chivda, gathia, papdi, and many other Gujarati bad words. I did that for 12 years of my life. And then I decided that I have to have a creative outlet, and I became a photographer. I became a photographer, and slowly I was introduced to the world of theater. And that's where I let it all pour out. And the first little baby monkey jumped out of my stomach, and I took to the stage. And I can't tell you, I haven't been dancing and jumping around for the last 24 years since. I have to thank Shamak Dawar for this. Because he encouraged me to do a play, a musical, which Alec Padamsi had directed, and he gave me a small little role. The young children in the auditorium, right? Right? No, they are, oh, never mind, they're big enough, don't worry. The first part and the first role I ever played in my life was that of a pimp. Believe it or not. And my mother, you know how Parsis mothers are. I don't know if you know what too many Parsis here in Chennai, but my mother was so proud of me. She would go in the lobby and ask all the Parsi ladies in the intervals, how was my son? How was my son? Yeah, how was my son? And she said, who is your son? So she said, oh, the pimp, he's my son. I tell you, my mom is such a sweetheart. I kept doing plays. Experimental plays. I played Mahatma Gandhi. I was 110 kilos when I was offered the part. Yeah, I was 6'2". I am 6'2". I'm not going shorter. What am I talking about? I was 6'2", and I tell you, the excitement to be on stage, I was willing to do anything. When I walked onto the stage for the first time, for the first rehearsal, the technician, the lighting guy said, "बहुत हट्टा कट्टा गांधी है, खाते पीते घर का गांधी है." But I lost 27 kilos in 2.5 months. Ridiculous, madness. And I did the part, and we traveled the whole world playing that wonderful play. It was then that Ram Madhvani spotted me and said, "I'm making an experimental film." I said, "What's the film called?" He said, "Let's Talk." I said, "Okay, let's talk, tell me." And he said, "We'll have to write the film, then we'll have to rehearse the film for 6 months, and then we'll shoot it on handycams. The iPhone camera that you have on your phone right now is 20 times better than that handycam or the digital camera that we shot Let's Talk with." And we shot that film in 8 days. And I wove up to Ram Madhvani. We've heard his name so many times here at the Gollapudi Awards. And I said, "So Ram, when are we releasing this film?" He said, "I forgot to tell you, we were never meant to release this film." And the premiere of Let's Talk we had in his house. 12 of us sat at the premiere in his house. We put a little red rug outside the house. We gave it a standing ovation. We popped champagne, and we were the proudest people ever to have made a film. So I feel so wonderful all of you were on stage today. It was so wonderful seeing all of you. And I'd like to hear a lot more applause for the effort. Come on, guys. Come on. So we popped champagne, and we gave it, we reviewed the film. 5-star rating. Who needs reviewers? We were the reviewers, we were the actors, we were the writers, we were everything. Because there was an innocence inside of that. Innocence. And I'm coming to that. Then, someone here in Chennai was told about Let's Talk. And Subbarao, where are you, my friend? Where are you? He's backstage, always backstage. It was in the nominations. And Ram Madhvani won Best Debut Director for that film. That no hoper of a film that premiered in a house and 12 people, only 12 people had seen it, lifetime seating. Lifetime, no 100 crores, no 200 crores, 12 free tickets for Let's Talk. And the second screening that ever happened was here in Chennai in one of the auditoriums behind. And Ram Madhvani came on stage, and I was choking up. I swear I was crying in the auditorium when I saw all those images. And I'm so grateful to you. And I'm not saying this in a bombastic, and I'm not trying to show off right now, but I'm so proud that you encouraged me that day, Subbarao and the entire family, for encouraging me. And I was the first actor to have received an award here at the Gollapudi Awards. And I cannot tell you how important it is. That encouragement, what you talked about, Jai Prakash, that encouragement, when you feel that nothing is going right for you, these are the stepping stones, and you have to keep reminding yourself, and this is where I'm coming to. You have to keep reminding yourself. Believe me, part of the corruption is turning around and saying 12 years later, that awards aren't important. Maybe they aren't. Maybe some awards aren't. We don't work for awards. Maybe we don't. But this first award, sir, you will always remember all your life. And hope we never become so cynical in our lives that 12 years later we say awards are not important. They are damn important. And it just goes to prove what I feel for this moment today. They are damn important. It encouraged me. It made me feel special. I stood in a corner over there. I'll never forget. I stood in a corner almost shy. What am I doing at a director's debut award? And I hope I'm not stealing it away from Ram. But it was Ram's night that night, just as it is your night tonight, Jai Prakash Radhakrishnan. So there were the 3 stages that I spoke about. One was the struggle. We have no hope. Then we get a break. Then we get the encouragement. Then the establishment, with the establishment. And then sometimes the corruption comes alongside. It really does. Some people and some actors, sometimes it breaks my heart to see young talent. Have you ever seen a struggling actor who was arrogant? No chance. He will be the kindest, politest, and the most sincere person in the world. Half a film down, he wants to know what his sweet looks like. You know what I'm saying? That's the corruption I'm talking about. So we talked of 3 stages. 1, the struggle, 2, the establishment, 3, the corruption. But there is one more stage I forgot to tell you. The 4th one, coming home, the circle. And today I feel I've come home again. I have one instance while working on my first Hindi film, Munna Bhai MBBS. Wow. So you'll do watch Hindi films over here. Okay, that's nice. And I'll tell you, this is not about me. This is about the lessons that I may have learned that people, the younger generation could take home with them. And I was like a little child in a candy store. I was hopping around the place. I'm 44 years old, okay? I'm 44. And anyone wants to do any calculation, I'm 56 years old now today, okay? And by the way, a month ago I became a grandfather, just for the record, okay? I was 44 years old and I'm hopping around the place doing my first Hindi film. And I couldn't have been happier. I have been training all my life for that moment. Ever since I was a little boy watching Pyasa and my mother encouraging me, down to all the movies that I've watched over and over and over again, 30, 40 times, writing and breaking down screenplays and things like that. Even when I was a shopkeeper selling chips, I used to watch people and observe them and try and understand their characteristics and their character by the way they probably removed their wallet and presented money. You observe, how is this guy presenting his money? Is he a show-off? Is he a shy person? Is he a suspicious person? It's all by one little action, and it taught me a lot about acting. And I've been training all my life for this moment. And here I am on the sets of Munna Bhai MBBS, hopping around like a little schoolboy. And there was this gentleman called Ikram Khan. I'll never forget his name. He's in the business for 40 years, and all he's ever been is a junior artist. And on the second last day of shooting, he called me and said, "Idhar aaiye." So I said, "I want to tell you something." I said, "Ji, bataiye." And he said, "Nahi, aaram se." I said, "Come to the van." I had a van, wow. And we went into the van and he said, "Aap ko ye picture mein award milne wala hai." I said, "Yeah." I was so happy that somebody said that, mentioned the word award. Ye picture bahut badi picture banegi. I said, "Sachmuch?" Because it was a small budget, low budget film made in a record amount of time. And he said, "आपको बहुत सारे अवार्ड मिलेंगे और आप बहुत आगे बढ़ेंगे, लेकिन उसके बाद आप बर्बाद हो जाएंगे, क्योंकि ये जो मैं देख रहा हूँ, all this," and I'm saying it in English, he said it in Urdu. He said, "All this innocence and all this enthusiasm, you can't keep on for the rest of your life and the rest of your career. The day you lose it, Mr. Irani, you are finished. You are finished." And I said to him, "I promise you, Ikram Sahab, I will never lose my innocence. I will never lose my innocence." And I hope, and I know a few people have worked with me here, and I hope to God that, and I'll be honest with you, I'm happy that I got corrupted for a while. You give you a kick in your backside. Yeah, it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing to say that you retain your innocence, reinvent yourself, do not get into comfort zones. And there's a lot more to life. And there's a bigger monkey sitting in my stomach right now, waiting to jump out. And I'm so happy I've come here to Chennai. I feel so energetic suddenly, and I feel so very proud. Thank you, Subbarao. Thank you to the family. Thank you, all you illustrious people sitting here in the audience. I cannot believe I'm sitting over here and standing over here and speaking to all of you like some wise old man. but I'm an innocent old man. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. What an honor. Thank you so much.
Sri Sudhir Mishra giving the plaque. Srimati Jayasudha will present the plaque. Oh.
Honorary dignitaries in the dais and off the dais, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, here ends my speech because I'm pretty bad in talking in a mic and facing an audience. And especially after a wonderful, spontaneous, and clever, intelligent, verbal treat we got it from Bowman. So, actually, I really wanted to say many things, but what happened is Bowman has said all those things. Actually, so I don't want to repeat it. And actually, it's a great evening for me too. Awards, getting awards definitely is a great encouragement for each and every person in every sector of art or any other section. But what I'm telling you is today, film awards have become a huge business more than being very genuine behind it. But this is something very unique about this award, that is Srinivas. Where there is love, there is God, they say. This award, there is God with this award. Because it's a very emotional award where it is a love of a father to the son, love of friends to the son, love of a family to the son. And that makes it a greatest award of this country. And definitely the next unique thing about this award, I believe, is that it's an encouragement, as Bowman said. A newcomer comes with a lot of fear to the industry, whether I am right or wrong. This is the best thing to say that you are right and go ahead in life. So that is another great reason. I'm really proud to be here in this evening. It's a great evening. Thanks Hasni who invited me, and thanks to the foundation organization who actually honored me by making me stand here. Thanks a lot. Let it go long and make great directors in this country. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. This award has a kind of when I was asked to be here, it has a certain personal connection. My brother Sudhanshu, who actually I consider my teacher in cinema, passed away before making his first film. So, I mean, what I couldn't do, and I thought this was a lovely, beautiful idea to have an award. We all, the awards are an affirmation. And I'll tell you, awards are an affirmation, awards make you feel that you belong, awards are an acceptance by a jury. The jury is of peers, but the awards also, make you believe that there is some meaning in all this, and you become corrupt. There is actually no meaning, no? So then what is the fear? Because when you think there is a meaning, that your work, that you will do something, and that with that work you will now become someone, you will create a name for yourself, you will create an impact in society, in the world, nothing of that sort will mostly happen. So you might as well be fearless. I became clever. I became very clever. So because, and it happened to me in my fourth film, I was kind of evaded it till I made Hazaron Khwaishein Aisi. And then that film became something more than I. Because often we all make films. Every great filmmaker will make maybe 4 films in his career, 5 films that he is really meant to make. The rest is waiting for that accident to happen. Because great films are accidents. Right? That there is a story that came to you, there were those actors that came to you, the producer did not intrude, you know, the weather was nice, nobody died during the shoot, you know, and a story, because, you know, the biggest myth that a filmmaker can fall in is that he writes the story. He doesn't write the story. The story finds him. There is a great English footballer, and most of my examples are sports examples. His name is Gary Lineker. Somebody asked him, who scores the most number of goals? Is it the person who's in the right place at the right time? He said, no, you have to be in the right place all the time. Then sometimes the ball comes to you. That's the tragedy of the director, the artist, and the centre forward. Every time the centre forward will run to the goal, it will be a futile run most of the time. Then sometimes that perfect Beckham pass will arrive. And if you're lucky, you're right, you're in composure, you're in balance, you're not scared, it's your day, and you hit home. That's a film also. That's all it is. And if you believe it is something like that, then you don't become arrogant. Then you don't believe that you write the story. The story writes you. And if you, all we can do is to be in practice. So I can't make the number of films that Priyan makes. But you know, you've got to keep making. You have to go to stay in the medium. And someday, you know, the right film will come, the right ball will come, the right story will come. And we'll make those 3-4 films that we were meant to make. So all the best to you. May you have many perfect passes, may you find the best stories. All the great one, and welcome to a lot of problems. Welcome to blood pressure. Welcome to tension. Welcome to a lot of bullshit. Welcome. Thank you.
Good evening, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my privilege to be part of this beautiful evening. I would like to thank Gollapudi Marutrao garu, Gollapudi Subbarao garu, Ramakrishna garu, and family for giving me the opportunity to be part of this event. Being here brings back a lot of emotions that were suppressed by time. Srinivas was very dear and close to my heart because me and my husband were supposed to produce Srinivas' debut film with Ajit playing the lead role. His idea of filmmaking was ahead of his time, and we were so impressed by his talent and enthusiasm. But due to various reasons, we were unable to produce the movie. His debut movie had later started with different producer, and it was during the filming of this movie that we lost him. Despite the painful and tragic loss of Srinivas, it is absolutely overwhelming to see how his family has made this day a day of celebration by recognizing new and great talent while perpetuating the memory of personal loss. Today, the award goes to the young and talented director, Jay Prakash Radhakrishna. Congratulations, Radhakrishna garu. I wish you all the best, success, and a meaningful career. And I also want to congratulate my dear friend, Hasni. What a play, my God, it's fantastic. And an outstanding performance by Mahendran sir and Madhu. For 2 minutes, I could see Mahendran sir and Madhu. Adukapro, I could only see Hasni and Charu Hasan sir. Beautiful conversation between the daughter and father. I was so moved. It is amazing. And I once again thank Gollapudi Srinivas Memorial Trust for inviting me. నన్ను ఇక్కడ ఆహ్వానించినందుకు మరొకసారి మీ అందరికీ నా ధన్యవాదాలు తెలుపుకుంటున్నాను.
Respected guest on the dais and my dear friends, very happy to be here for Gollapudi Srinivas Memorial Foundation. So I should thank all the people for inviting me for this function, and I should thank Suhasini madam because I did not expect that this function is going to be like this, because I was born here, I studied here. I can say Chennai has given me birth, education and everything. And I'm very proud to say that because industry started from Chennai, I can say, because all the languages, 4 languages, Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam and Kannada, all the 4 languages started from here only. Then only it got spread. But now still, even here, even now, Tamil Nadu, they don't call Tamil Nadu Nadigar Sangam, they call South Indian Nadigar Sangam. That's a very beautiful point, I can never forget that. A lot of memories are there, so I should thank Suhasini madam for that. And congratulations Jayaprakash Radhakrishnan sir, because fathers remembering his son's desire and giving and fulfilling his dream is a great thing, because now my father is not there, but I feel that I am fulfilling his dream because he himself was a great legend. And I don't feel that I've come for outside function. I feel that I've come for a family function. I feel I am one among the family. I feel that I could relate myself with that, and especially for Suhasini madam's and Charuhasan sir, this is one play what YJ Mahendran sir did. It was superb. And YJ Mahendran sir, I'm associated with everybody. Jai Sudha ma'am is there, Priyadarshan sir is there, Bhuman Rani is there, and cute memories are there. And Sangeetam Srinivas sir, he directed my first film. So this music academy hall, I used to come for many functions. I used to be as a sit like you people. And first time I got Best Actor award for Anand for my first film. Cinema Express award I got here. Now I have come here, after 30 years I have come here as a chief guest. I am very proud to say that I am honored to be here and with you people and share this memorable moment, and I can't forget this. I think if I start telling, I think I'll take more time to tell about Chennai, because a lot of things are there about Chennai. I love Chennai and all the best, and I thank again Gollapudi Srinivas Foundation Trust to invite me for this function. Thank you a lot.
எல்லாருக்கும் வணக்கங்க. ஆனால் நான் இங்கிலீஷில் பேசி ஆகணும், எல்லாருக்குமே புரியணுன்றதுனால. Well, thank you so much for this wonderful evening, and first of all, I would like to thank all the dignitaries who are here. This award it symbolizes love of father for a son. What a father dreams for his son. And today I am going to talk about my father. And when I think I was studying in 6th standard, his brother taught me mono acting first time, and I performed it in my school. And people clapped. When I performed what I felt, and when people clapped what I felt, that was something amazing, and which I didn't feel before that. And I wanted to do that again. So you know how it is in the middle class family, where mostly importance is given to studies. You cannot waste your time on all these things, but my father just let me be. And my Tamil teacher used to write small plays, and I used to act in that, and I used to love those days because I don't have to study. Evenings I used to go and practice the play with him, and my dad used to not stop me. He used to not say padikan and padike. No, he never told that to me. So I think the courage or the confidence, it was instilled there, because he never questioned, he never doubted. He just wanted to see me happy, right? So that continued. And I finished my school, and I told him that I want to do physics, and I didn't get a seat here. So he said, what to do? I
I said, I'll go to Kerala. He said, okay, go. So I went there, and again, theater happened and stage happened. I came back, and actually it's in college where I met my wife. I came back with the only goal of finding a job and, marrying her. And I came back, and fortunately I found a job. I worked for MRF Tires, and I was very happy because, it's a great job and it's very easy to go and, talk to the girl's father, because it was very prestigious that time. And 6 months I could not stay there. Like in the play, Charu Hasan's play, what Y.G. Maithan sir said, எல்லாத்துக்கும் ஒரு expiry date இருக்கு. After time it has to change or it has to move on. I left that, and I used to like computers, and I said I will do an IIT. My father, being a government employee, said okay, I'll try, and I think the PF or something was broken, I think. But I wanted to do it fast. I lost my job, and there is an agenda. I want to get married. Okay, so what happened is, I did this NIT in just 1 year crash course. He didn't, say no to it. And I finished there, and I got this job, and I got married. And immediately after 1 year of my marriage, again the expiry date happened. I was working in Ramco system there for 3 years, and I wanted to go. I want to go to US because that's the place where software thing happens. And I go there. I tell him I'm going to go, and he said okay. And there again the software work that stopped, and I got into this acting course where I met this wonderful teacher, J.D. Coburn. So he told me one thing. That's where the perspective, or what I thought about art, everything changed. He told me, JP, all I can teach you is 10%. 90% of art is humanity and being on time, which I tried practicing from there. And after 2 years, I learned acting with him. I got the confidence and the courage. And I called my father and told him that, I'm going to come back. He said, okay. Though I don't know whether he was afraid of it, but, he didn't question my decision. And I came back, and now it's almost 10 years, I think. 2006, I came back, wanting to be an actor, and today I feel very emotional and nervous because I have almost, I have gone to Madras Talkies to give my photographs, and I have gone to 4 frames many times, thinking that I will get a glimpse of Priyadarshan so that, I can tell him that, I'm a trained actor and please give me an opportunity to work. And so forth. I've gone the rounds with my friend Raj Krishna, who is sitting here, and he has acted in my film too. We have given photographs, a lot of photographs lying in the distance, I guess. So when this did not happen, a lot of my friends asked me one question: how long? Have you given yourself a time? When I go to, okay, 2 years if it does not happen, what? 3 years if it does not happen, what? I only had a very honest answer. I just came here to become an actor, and I will keep trying, and one day that would happen. I don't know. I didn't fix a time for myself. I'll just keep doing it. And I kept doing it and doing it. Of course, I got roles and, small work, and some film didn't release. But I think the crazy monkey that, Vamanera Nisar was telling, that was not allowing me. I was so restless. I don't know. I thought, this is not enough. And I started reading, and whatever I could, with regard to screenplay, direction, and Chennai Film Festival happened, and I started seeing a lot of world films. And I tried my best. I understood, I think, I don't know, and I wrote my first script. I wanted to work in that script, and my friend was supposed to direct it. And it didn't happen for 1 year. I was waiting. I was so frustrated and restless. And then I decided, no more waiting, and no more knocking the doors. I'm going to do something for myself, just for me. And this story idea, I got it few years before, when I decided to write it, I was having this Skype conversation with my teacher, J.D. Coburn, one day, the night, of course, over a drink. So he told me what's happening. I said, no role, no, not much work. So he told, you have this new media, learn editing, learn camera, and, shoot something, do something. Do something, keep doing. That's the only way. You have to keep doing something. So spontaneously, I got this idea about, someone dying live and stuff like that, which I already told in the video. So this idea, I thought I can do it because it's in my control. I can do it in a small budget, and I wrote it for myself. I wanted to act in it. I'm a very selfish guy. That the lead role of the film, which Anand Sami played it wonderfully, I wanted to do that for myself. I wrote it for myself. But when I finished the script, I thought, no. Something told me that I have to do justice to the script, and I should direct it alone. I will not even act in my first film. And I stuck to the decision, and I tried to pitch it to producers. This is what the best part is, and I pitched it. Everyone liked it. I tried narrating it to bigger actors, but again, I am a very restless guy. I cannot wait. How long will you wait? You don't get the call back. You don't know when they are going to say yes or no. Lot of the times. So then I decided one day that I will make this film on my own. And money I don't have, but I did some investments in Kerala, and I decided I will sell the property and do the first film. And I called my father. I told him, this is what I'm going to do. He said, okay. And of course, my wife and everyone else too believed in the script. And then, that is not enough to make a film. And I thought, the first film, it should, no matter what, the quality of the work should not be compromised. So I need money. And my friend came in, Siddharth Vipin, who is the the composer, background score he did for this film. So he helped me produce the film, and a lot of my friends helped me. And this movie happened very soon because of one person, Kadir. S.R. Kadir, the cinematographer of my film. He was kind enough to listen to a first timer like me. And he read the script, and he listened to the one line first, and then I gave him the bound script. And he told me, okay, I liked it, and we can do it. So after a week, he's calling and telling, see, if we do it in February, then I am on, else, I don't know. After that, it might delay. So then I said, okay, we'll do it. So after that, it was like a journey, and I met a lot of people. Like, Sir said, the story has, I think, a life. It came from many places. It was accident. My teacher gave me this idea, and this Amanda Todd suicide note on YouTube, emotionally moved me, and I made that as my story. Similarly, my actor Anand Sami, and I should mention about the colorist of my film, Balaji. He's the one whom I first told the story, and I told him, Balaji, I want to do this film, and he said, I'll help you out in whichever way possible. Okay, first just finish the shooting. That's the most important thing. You have to finish the shooting. And I don't know what that means too, because I've not worked with anyone. I've not, worked under anyone. I don't know. So Kadir trusted me, and he came on board, and a lot of people helped me to finish this film. And the most difficult part was after I finished the film, where you don't know whether what you have made. It's your first film, and whoever has made the film and whoever has worked with me, obviously they would not know or not able to tell whether it is good or bad. So that waiting period, that long waiting period where you want to know what you have done is right or wrong, that I think was the most difficult phase. I thought, maybe I'm not fit for this. I have to go back. A lot of random thoughts come to your mind, and at least I was very fortunate that my father or my wife or no one nagged me, or no one asked me like, what's happening? How long are you going to do this? Go back and find some job and take care of the family like all other people do. They didn't do that. And this award is so important because when this news came to me, the phone call from Ramakrishna Gollapudi sir, I was in my hometown with my parents, my mom and dad, and I get this call and I screamed like, what? Me? Yeah, so it was slowly sinking in me. I was screaming and they didn't understand what was happening. I didn't expect this award at all. I didn't expect it at all. And I told, yeah, this is what it is, and I won an award, and it's very, very prestigious, and it's something amazing. And for the first time, my mom, she just ran up to me like a kid. She jumped, she wrapped her hand around my neck, her leg around me like this. Okay, she kissed me and she said, of all these years, I have been praying every day. And that moment was like, okay, she believed, okay, it is something, and my son has done something. And father started picking up calls and calling a lot of people, telling them that son has won an award, because I think a lot of people would have told him, like Boman Irani said, the neighbor's mother, or so it's like what's your son doing? Is a mad guy, left his job in the US, and what the hell is he doing here? And he's not an actor, and nothing has happened to him, and stuff like that. A lot of people have told him. But that was the defining moment. I think everything came together right from the 6th standard when I, did my first mono act till this complete circle, and I felt very emotional. And that time I thought about Maruti Rao sir. He would have dreamed so much for his son, with the creative son who wanted to become a filmmaker, and the first film is happening. Great joy in the family, and I was just going through that emotion. I was thinking about that, and this tragedy happens. But this tragedy, they changed into a celebration to see their son every year. Today probably I think that Maruti Rao sir is looking at me as Srinivas. Last year it was someone else, and next year it is going to be someone else. The life, that soul, is going to live forever and ever, as long as this award is going to be given. And it's the biggest encouragement, because right now I can say that do believe in dreams, and dreams definitely comes true. Just that I think we have to keep doing it and doing it and doing it, and just not give up. And just like the garland, it was there, it was so heavy, and after telling all this, now I feel even more burdened and afraid, because I don't know what I'm going to do next. I have no idea. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
This event will soon become a memory and eventually a dream. The last responsibility of the foundation is to convey our gratitude to all those who made this a beautiful memory to cherish for posterity. I have to start with our chief guest. Today being an auspicious day, it was expected that several of our invitees would remain at home for a family prayer. Mr. Shiva Rajkumar thought attending today's event is like a prayer. He chose us above his family. On behalf of the foundation, I convey my heartfelt thanks to him. We are touched by your gesture, sir. What is devised as a course over several months in acting schools was condensed in a speech by Mr. Boman Irani. Sir, we are all aware how precious your time is. Thank you very much on behalf of all the aspiring actors for a brief but highly valuable lesson on acting. I do not know if you're aware of the fact that Chennai is about to celebrate its birthday. You've given a fine birthday gift to its people. Thank you very much for being here with the family on this important occasion. To Padma Shri Priyadarshan, we in the foundation have been searching for words to express gratitude since the day you gave your consent to attend our event, more so on behalf of Jai Prakash. Because your towering presence to honor a debutant director will remain a motivation, not just to him, but to all the youngsters here in this auditorium. We are honored. Thank you so much, sir. To us young people, the suggestions are that we should aspire to scale heights. Today, after hearing Mr. Sudhir Mishra, I understood the meaning of scaling heights literally and figuratively. Sir, to the film aspirants of Chennai, you are an iconic director. Thank you for your insightful words. They'll go a long way in shaping careers in Chennai. Your presence has lent immense dignity to this event. Sir, we are truly honored. Dr. Jayasudha has met and been a colleague of my uncle. For us youngsters in the family, Gollapudi Srinivas is only a memory. He is understood from the elders and from the celebrations every year. I thank you for being a colleague to the man I love and admire despite never to have seen him. Today, by your presence, you've demonstrated what he meant to you. We are touched, ma'am. I warmly thank you on behalf of the Gollapudi family. For an outstanding comparing and a charming smile, one could remember Kalki Kekra forever. For all her accomplishments, she is simple and very humble. Thank you, ma'am, for the wonderful time. We in the foundation will cherish your kindness and grace for a long time to come. For an event of this dimension, contribution of several heroes and heroines working behind the scenes is imperative. I use the words heroes and heroines deliberately, for they are nothing short of it. No amount of gratitude is enough. The list is long. Nonetheless, on behalf of the foundation, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to Srimati Suhasini Maniratnam for spearheading our endeavor. Thank you, ma'am. Special thanks to Shri Charu Hasan, Shri Vaiji Mahindran, Srimati Madhuvanti, Shri Prasanna, Shri Talai Vasal Vijay, Shri Delhi Ganesh, Srimati Priya, Srimati Dolly Thakur, Talent South and all the members of the team to put together the stage presentation. In the same breath, I express our gratitude to Shri Subba Reddy for his overwhelming support. I shall end tonight with a welcome note. Ladies and gentlemen, please keep the date 12th August 2017 free for the next edition of this event. Until then, goodbye and good night.